In order to experience something new in your life, you have to let go of the old experiences, of the old narrative, of the old thoughts, of the old feelings, people, places, and things. We are just meant to experience things, but we are not meant to hold on to things. Once you hold on to experiences, once you try to hold on to people, places, and things, you get caught up in the moment. And sometimes we want to hold on to the moment, whether it be good or whether it be bad. And sometimes we think that our old nature and that old version of ourselves can help us in the new. But just like Jesus said that you cannot pour new wine into old wineskins, otherwise it will burst. You can't bring the old into the new. The new is the new. The old is the old. The old cannot survive in the new. Because when you're trying to walk in the new and you're still holding on to experiences, you're holding on to people, places, and things, those old thoughts, then you cannot experience the new because you're still looking at the old story. You're looking at the way things used to be. You're thinking that there's a part of that story that can help you in the new. But the whole point of it is letting go. Dying to yourself every day. What it means to die to yourself every day is understanding the old nature fully and understanding that those thoughts revolved around who you used to be. Those feelings revolved around who you used to be. Those people, places, and things revolved around who you used to be. Those old experiences goes back to who you used to be. And a lot of times that's where we get stuck. We get stuck in the experiences. And sometimes if we're having a good experience, we still think that this is the way to go. But God says, I know the plans and purpose that I have for you. A lot of times we may not know what the plans of God is or what the new looks like. But we must understand that we cannot hold on to old experiences, people, places, and things, and old thoughts and the way we used to be. Because by doing that, you can't experience something new because you're still looking at the old story. You're still caught up into how things should go. And a lot of times, this is why you get disappointed. This is why you get confused. And this is why a lot of times when we're holding on to old experiences and how things used to be, you start to believe to believe that. And when you continue to believe the old story, then you keep reliving cycles. You keep reliving the same story because you don't see that that story has to end in order for a new chapter and a new story to evolve, right? So when you're trying to walk through the new, when you're trying to see a change in your life, you must be willing to let all things go. But you must be willing to be taught what that old nature of you looks like. You must be able to understand what thoughts are doing to you and how it just goes back to that old story. How feelings just goes back to that old story. How your experiences goes back to that old story. Because you keep holding on to these things. We are meant to let go. We have to be able to stay in the presence with our Lord. The Lord is the presence. You are the present. The present is in you. We are the past, the future, and the present, forever evolving. But you can't be in the present and in the old. You can't be in the present and thinking about old experiences. Because how can you see the new? How can you see what God is trying to do if you're holding on to things? We have to understand this fully, that it is nothing about your old self, about those thoughts and feelings that you need for the new. Your spirit inside, the same spirit that is in all of us, does not need a thought. It does not need feelings. It does not need anything that of your old nature. It only needs for you to be present, to be willing. That is the thing, to be willing to walk in the new without those old garments. Letting down those old garments and putting on the new is understanding what those old garments look like, what it's really about. A lot of you guys are walking into the new, but you're stuck in the old, trying to walk in the new. And this is why some of us keep looking back, because we think that it's a part of us that needs to go. There's a part of us, our old nature, that we need to look at. But it's all about letting go. Every experience is just an encounter, either to help you or the other person. And a lot of times we may not know what this experience is about. But sometimes we'll know when we're ready to know. But the whole point of it is letting go at all times, being willing to let go at all times and walk in the present. And stop overthinking things. Stop living in our heads. Stop holding on to people, places, and things. Because again, in order to experience a new person, a new thing, and new places, you have to be willing to let go at all times, to see a new story, to see a new movie. Because that old person that you once were is dead. And the old cannot walk in the new. Those are two different things. Those are two different people. And so this is where a lot of you guys are at. Like, you're at the door. You're right there. Like, but the point is, like, there's a part of you that keeps looking back. There's a part of you that get caught up in the experiences that you once went through. And I'm going to say this too. So, like, some experiences can be so bad that we hold on to it. We hold on to it. And sometimes we think that living with these things is okay. But that's the point of being in the presence of God and being in his kingdom. That he will give you language for all of those things. And he will make sure that that pain is turned into joy. That pain is turned into peace. That pain is turned into light. Because you can't help anyone else when you're holding on to what happened, when you're holding on to yesterday, when you're worried about tomorrow, when you're always caught up in confusion. That's another state of mind that you're in. And none of this can go with you to your new. People, places, and things cannot go with you to your new. We must be willing to walk this path alone with the Father, building us, refreshing us, renewing us, refining us. Because our purpose, who we are, is locked up inside of Him. And a lot of times we holding on to what we think the story should look like, what we think the picture should look like, but you're still holding on to a part of the old you that thinks that it knows. But you have to be willing to be in His kingdom and know nothing. He says, come to Him as if you were a little child. Forgetting all of those things, forgetting what you think about, forgetting your feelings, forgetting your emotions, and understand that His purpose, His plans, His thoughts, His understanding knows. You have to understand how powerful you really are. You're not regular. You are powerful. You have the authority and power inside of you, with you, and all around you. You have an army in you, with you, and all around you. That doesn't make you regular. That makes you divine. That makes you powerful. That makes you a person that cannot be stopped. Because God will not be mocked. And God is a man that He cannot lie. And He will not fail. And because of who's inside of you, all around you, and with you, you will not fail. If you give up those things, if you die to yourself daily and walk into the new. That is who you are every day. We can't hold on to what we see. We can't keep going back to old mindsets, old thoughts. Those things just traumatize you. Those things keep you locked up. Those things are burdens that you are meant to let go of. Those things do not help you. It can't help you grow. The old cannot help you grow. Only the new. Being willing. So I love you guys, but the Father loves you more.